Alright, so in this video what we're going to do is re-topologize our model. Okay, we're actually going to do this in Maya, which is a different program. So in order to do that, we actually have to get it out of here. So you see I have my model here. He's kind of a creepy looking dude. So I need to do is export. So I'll hit export. And you can see OBJ. What else do we have? Oh, we also have Maya. But I'm going to go ahead and just go with OBJ. Actually, you know... I've never done Maya. Let's use Maya just for fun. And I'm just gonna export it right to the desktop so I can see what it is. And I'll just call this like ZBrush to Maya. And save. Alright. And that, where's my cursor? Oh, it's not moving. Oh, okay, it's taking a second. Exporting face data. Alright. How big is this? That's a lot of polys. It's about 500,000 polys, so alright, so it took about 18 seconds. You can see up there, there's a little bar that came across. I don't know if you saw that. So I'm done with this. For now I'm just going to minimize it and open Maya up. Okay, so just a reminder, you can download Maya for free as a student, so I would just suggest doing that. First thing I'm going to need to do in order to bring in an OBJ, oh no, that's right, I saved it as an MA, never mind, we can just open it. So I'm just going to do File, Open Scene. And I'll go right to the desktop and ZBrush to Maya. And let's hope this looks good. I have no idea if this will actually work okay. Let's see. And set it file read and okay. It's taking a second. And bam. Okay, so it took quite a while actually, so just give it some time. I'm actually going to, in order to help my resources here, I'm going to close this guy out. Let me save it. Just so that I'm not running quite so much stuff. So obviously you may or may not know how to use Maya. I'm just going to quickly cover a couple of things. So to navigate, it's not the same as ZBrush. So you hold Alt and left mouse button will rotate. Alt and middle mouse button will pan, and Alt and right mouse button will zoom in and out. And you can also use the wheel if you want. I'm not a huge fan of doing that, but if it works for you. Okay. And if you need to focus on the model, you can click on it, which it's going to run kind of slow, and you hit F and that will frame. Or if you have nothing selected, if you hit A, it'll frame all. In this case, I only have the model. So if your navigation gets a little weird or you're having a hard time moving around, just do that. Okay. All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I think that's really all you need. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start modeling this. So I'm going to use the modeling toolkit up here, which is this little, looks like a Minecraft thing. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to grab this guy and we're going to make him live. Basically what that means, it's going to make him like sticky. So up here, you see this little magnet. I'm going to click on that. It's going to make him live. And now you can see it says ZBrush to Maya. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn on Object X for symmetry. That way what I do on one side, it'll flip to the other. And well, I think that's all good. We're going to go ahead and go to Quad Draw. And basically this will allow us to draw points and create faces out of it. So if I scroll down, you'll see this little keyboard mouse shortcuts. Oh, what are these live constraint options? I didn't know there's other. Neat. Okay. You can change the color and all that. That's cool. Alright. Here's the hotkeys in case you need them if you scroll underneath. Alright. So I'm going to start with the face. The reason for it is that it's the more difficult area. And it's kind of the most complicated, so it's easier to start kind of on the more difficult stuff and then work to the easier, broader things than to try and work the other way around. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the face here. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the eye because that's the thing that people look at first. So I'm just gonna click and click. Okay, so there's two there. I'm gonna do two on the opposite, like that. Then I'm gonna do two above and two below. Okay. Now if I held shift, you can see I can make faces in between, but that's pretty, pretty sparse. So what I'm gonna do is do two in between like this, like that. Now what I do is I hold shift, and you can see it'll try to make faces. So I'm gonna hold shift here, and then I'm gonna click. Boom. I'm gonna hold shift here, click, hold shift, click, hold shift, click, hold shift, hold shift, hold shift, hold shift. Now afterwards, I can even grab these points. it'll let me. There it goes. And readjust them, which is kind of cool. Alright, so that's, you know, just adjust it to what you want it to look like. Next one I'm going to do is the mouth. Alright, so I'm going to click, and watch as I drag it in. It's going to turn yellow, and it's going to snap. Okay, click, and boom. And then I'll put one down here for the bottom of the mouth, and right there. One in the corner, and then halfway, hold shift, boop, 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 boop. Okay, so we make like a circle here, alright, for his lips. Alright, now he's got some lipstick going on. Alright, and let's go ahead and do the nose, just to make that a little easier. Now the idea is to try and keep this as low poly as possible. So I'm going to go, let's see. Yeah, okay, so if you want to get rid of one, you hold Control and Shift. It's just going to be the modifiers. You try different combinations of Control, Shift, and Alt, and they should do something. So I'm going to draw a little square for inside the nostril. Hold Shift. And then I'm going to draw a bigger one, like this. And come on. Hold. Get in there. Why are you being like that? There we go. Click. Oh, nope. Click. Click. And you can see I have to rotate around in order to, there we go. Good, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put one here and here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go like this. And then we'll go like that. Let's see, should I just try to decide how I want to, yeah, we'll go all the way here, and then like that, something like that. Okay, and that looks adequate. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and try to think of the best way to go about doing this. I guess we'll just click like that. We'll put one up here. Boom. All right, and go like this. Boom. All right, and like that. And put one here like this. I'm trying to, as much as I can, follow the contour of the nose, like that. Okay, so that's kind of a nose. Alright, now I'm going to do another loop around the eye here. So, same things before. Boom, 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 boom. And I'll hold Shift. Get in there. You mean... So if I can't get one, you can actually, I'm just going to drag this down to make it a little bit easier for it to connect. Come on. Alright, let's drag this one up here. There. Oh, you jerk. There we go. And then I'll just drag it back down and pull this one back where I wanted it. And here, here. Ah! No! Control Z or Command Z. There we go. Boom. Alright. That looks very adequate. Okay. I'm going to do another one for the mouth. So we'll go boom, 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 boom. And then I got to think about how I want to do this. Okay, I guess we'll just do something like that. And then I'll just go like that, I guess. I don't really like that. There's a lot of geometry in that nose that I'm not super pumped about. Let's see. I got an idea. I'm going to hold Control and Shift. I'm going to click, delete this one, delete this one. I'm going to do another loop first, like that. And then what we're going to do is maybe connect some more of that in a second. Alright. But you can kind of see that's what I did there. And that looks okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move this nose up like that. Alright. And then we'll go... pull this down a little, pull this one here a little, I'm gonna hold Shift. Alright, so that looks like a thing. Hold Shift. Let's see, and I guess we'll go like that. And I'm gonna go, click there. And let's see, I'm gonna see if I can do something here. That. trying to see if there's a way to get it to go around. I don't know. Gotta figure something out there. That doesn't look that great. Okay. Might just need to add more geometry. Might not be any other way around it. So I'm actually going to hold Control Shift and delete that one. And I'm just going to add more into these. So if I want to add a loop in here, if I hold Control and click, it's going to add one. And then I'm just going to hold Shift and click here. And I'm just going to do that here too. Hold Control, click, and that'll give me, come on, get closer. There. And then I'll just kind of pull this out a little bit, pull this up, Shift. There we go. Now, if I add one down here, I want to have a opposing one up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put one up here too. All right. And you see how they're kind of tight? I held Control, sorry. I don't know what I said. And I'm going to hold Shift, and just, if I hold Shift, it'll actually will smooth it out a little bit. Pull this way a little bit. Okay. But I'm going to hold Shift, and that will actually, oops, keep it in spacebar, Control Z. I didn't really like the way that looked. Okay. Let's pull this in a little, and this one in a little. Let's see, and let's pull this up here. So we'll hold Shift, and I'm gonna add, I need to add one down here for the opposing of that top one of the lip, and then I'm gonna put one here and also one here, which is a little bit more than I would typically like to do, but for the purposes of, you know, making this look a little bit better, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. All right, and we're gonna go like that. And boom, 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 boom. Oops, pull these. Come on, get in there. All right, Shift, 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 Shift. All right, and I think we can hold Shift and click that there. That looks okay. All right, let's pull that a little bit closer. All right, so you can see we're starting to get kind of a face mask here. All right, now let's see how we're going to do the rest of this. I don't really like that. I guess we'll just kind of pull these down this way. All right, I'm going to hold Shift. Gosh, I don't know if I'm not a fan of that. I'm going to go ahead and put one here and one here. And I'm going to grab this and pull this way. Pull that one this way. I'm just going to hold Shift, actually. And that should smooth. Come on, smooth that out a little. Alright, so it's a lot more edges than I typically like, but we're going to be going into whatchamacallit anyway. So I'll click there. I'm going to go like this, and this, like that, this, like that, and then this, oops, pull that closer, this, Shift, click, Shift, click, Shift, Shift. Alright, and then I'm just going to kind of go down the line here, boom, 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 and you can see basically we have like kind of looks like a mask. That's what I was going for. So boom, 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 boom. One more. Okay, now I'm just gonna hold Shift and see if I can smooth that a little. We're gonna hold Shift and smooth this out a little bit. Shift and smooth this out a little bit. Maybe smooth this out a touch. Okay. So now if you see, we have basically a front mask, okay? So we're going to look at this like it's 4 panels. So this will be the front panel. Let's go up one more here. Boom, 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 boom. And oops, boom. So hold Shift. Okay, I'm just going to smooth that out again. Okay, so we're going to call that basically the front panel. And then we're going to go across to the back and around, okay? So, I am just going to, I'm actually, we're going to go right to where the ear is, and then after that, we'll do some more. So, boom, let's hold Shift, click, Shift, click, Shift, click, dang it, not that one. Boom, and boom, and boom, and boom, okay? And I'm going to pull this right to where the jaw is. And we'll pull that right to where the ear is, roughly. Oops, not the whole thing, just this dot here. Okay. And we'll pull that kind of straight across. I'm just going to hold Shift, see if I can, oops, I don't want that over there, I just wanted to relax this. Okay. We'll pull this down a little, pull this down a little, put that like where the ear is. Okay. That That looks okay. Now yours doesn't have to be exactly the same as mine. It can be much more, it could be a lot different. But you do need to have an edge loop around the eyes and around the mouth. You know, kind of around the nose if you can help it. So now with the ear here, I'm just going to try and make an ear. So I'm going to go like this to this, this to this. Actually, I don't really like that. Let's put that. I'm going to hold Control and click. I guess we'll do this one to here. Okay. All right, and let's see. Go like that. And hold Shift. Just gonna make it like this. And I'll click one here and Shift. Okay. So it kind of made sort of thing. Okay. The ear, you don't want to get carried away with detail because it won't look good anyway. So don't bother. Just try to get a general, you know, flap. Now I do need to have a back of this. So the best way to do that would be something like this, where I'm just going to kind of like that, you see? And then I'm going to go ahead and go around, hold Shift, boom, like that, boom, like that, boom, come on, like that, and then we'll put one here, like that, and then I'm going to use this to kind of draw this jaw anyway, so I'm click here, and, oops, sorry, here, come on, there you go, like that, and that will make for a more sexy jawline. Okay. Boop. And boop. Boop and boop. Okay. So that one I can kind of have go down that way. That looks fine. Now the top here, it's a little bit more difficult. So what I'll do is something, I guess, just like this. Oops. Like that, and then we're just going to go here and here, and then we'll go, let's see, here, like this, like that. Just trying to get around the ear now. Alright, and then like that. This and like this. And I'll just pull these down a little so they match a little bit better. Alright, and that looks kind of okay. I'll have to smooth some of this out afterwards. Got a bit more geometry there than I would like as well. But, you know, whatever. You know what? Actually, I could probably get rid of this. I'm just holding Control and Shift, and I'm just going to do this instead. This way it's less geometry. That's a little better. I don't want quite so much. This and this, boom and boom. Okay, now I'm just going to take this group and go all the way to the back of the head. Okay, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm just going to go about here. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm just going to hold Shift. Boom. Come on. Boop. Almost at it. There. 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 Oh, you jerk. Come on. There. 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 And there. Alright. And then we'll just go all the way back. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Come on. Get in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And pull these. Okay. And Shift. Click. Click. Come on. Get in there. Click. 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 Alright. I'm just going to hold Shift to kind of smooth that out a little. It's a little bit better. Now if you look, there's a big gap right here. So I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Control to add a loop. That'll add one. And there's kind of big gaps here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hold Control and Control. And then I can kind of smooth that out a little bit. Looks a little better. I'm just going to smooth the top of this. Alright, so that's a little bit smoother. Alright, good. So now you can see we got all the way around. That looks pretty good. That's like 20 minutes, sorry. And now what I'm going to do is kind of go from the front to the back here. Okay, or actually, you know, I'll go from the back to from the back to the front. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go roughly to about the middle of the head, or well, a little bit towards the back, I guess. And like that. And come on. You can do it. Come on. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's smooth that out a little. Pull this back up a little. Okay. So I'm trying to picture where the back of the head would be, where it differentiates. And I feel like it's right there. So that's okay. Now you can see I have 4 total, but here there's definitely more than 4. So I'm going to go from the front here, and 1, 2, we'll just do a bunch and see where it ends up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you can see I'm already like way over in comparison to the back there. Okay, so there's a couple ways to solve this. I could add more edges, which is I'm going to kind of do. So I'm going to put one there, and I'm just going to get in there. Why are you doing that? Don't do me like that. Come on. Let's try this. Really don't want to. I got an idea. We'll go like this. Wow, really? It's really fighting it. Come on. Jeez. I got an idea. We'll do this. Okay, so I'm just going to make one, and I'm just going to snap it to here, because it just didn't want to work for me. Okay, so we end up with that, and then I'm also going to put another one back here. Okay, like so. Let's see if we can smooth this out a little. Okay. So now we end up with that many, and we'll see how this matches up. I'm going to hold Shift. Okay. Put one in between, I guess. Boom. And, stupid thing. Why are you there? Okay. Put one here. Boom. And so close. You suck. I didn't want that. Alright, we're gonna do this. Okay, how about this? Man, it does not want. Okay, that'll do. Snap that. Here. Boom, boom, and boom, boom, boom. Okay, so now we got this kind of going around. It doesn't look super great, but it's kind of there. And let's undo that. Okay. So that's kind of the top panel. And now you see we need to connect these two. But you can see there's definitely not enough edges there, so I'm going to hold Control and click, and click, and click, and click. Okay, just so there's enough geometry to support this head. Now this is a little bit higher res than I would typically like to work in, but for now it'll be fine. And now what I need to do is basically, make this work. So we are going to do this. So click and go like that. And I'm just going to add another loop here or another row. Boom, 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 boom. We'll put one more here. Boom. I'm just going to hit Control, put another one there. Okay. That's a little better. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is pull this up a little bit, and you can see that I can make one right here. Okay? I'll pull this guy down a little bit, and there it goes like that. Okay, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a little bit wide right here anyway, so I'm going to add one right here. Okay. Cool, that was not at all what I did. I'm holding Control and clicking, and I'm just going to hold Shift and add my faces in. Yay! Okay, so that is the face. I'm just going to hold Shift now and just smooth this out because it's super rough. Some of it's a bit denser than I would like, especially down here, which we will look into that later, but I'm just going to kind of smooth it out. Now just be wary of adding, putting too much smooth in, because you don't want to undo things. Like watch, if I do it on the nose, it didn't do too bad, but it actually won't look as good. So we're going to call that good for the head for now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm making another video that's the body. But I'm not going to do the whole body in front of you, I don't think. I'll just do a piece so you can see. The body's much easier. The face is the most difficult part, because the rest of it's all just cylinders anyway, so it won't be hard. Alright, good luck.